But your Quran claims that sperm is made between the backbone and the ribs. Do you believe that sperm is made between the backbone and the ribs?
That's a scientific
No.
biology thing to respond.
Yes, in the Quran it says that.
I'm a doctor and I'm a Quran teacher also.
Great, come in, madam.
Yeah, it's not said that sperm is made, it says that testicles are made. The water which is like, it is done between that, and you know the testicles, they just come down to the scrotal sac. That's why they are here in the back, they just go down during the embryogenesis. That's why we have the kids with the empty scrotal sac. We have to do the surgery, we have to take it down. It goes somewhere else, here, maybe somewhere. The Quran, it said that. And you know, the Keith Moore, Dr. Keith Moore, he just did everything, every ayah, and just under the microscope, the shape of the embryo, the mudgha, the
Go on, I'm listening, madam.
alaqa, the mudgha, the everything, and he said that it's all right. He proved it from the Quran. Quran is not the textbook of science, but it's the word of God which is unchanged.
Right, what's your name, madam?
My name is Amara, Dr. Amara.
Amara, Dr. Amara. Thank you very much. Let's actually look at what the passage says in Surah, I think it's 86.
It's in 30th juz. It's in 30th.
Surah 86. Do you know the ayah?
It's in the 30th juz.
It's in the what, sorry?
30th juz.
Let's have a look. Right. Actually, because the thing is, Doctor, your tafsir of the Quran is not accurate to the text. What the text says is this: He, being Allah, created from a drop emitted, proceeding from the backbone and the ribs. So in other words, what it's talking about is ejaculation. What it is not talking about is the procession of the testes in embryosis. The Quran is not talking about, one second, I'm talking to the doctor here. The Quran is, doctor?
Yeah, this is
Doctor, allow me to finish. I let you speak and I didn't interrupt you. The Quran is not talking about embryosis. The Quran is talking about the conceiving of a child. And it said, yes it is. Let me finish. I did not interrupt you. Let's have a polite conversation. If you interrupt me, I will start interrupting you. This whole conversation breaks down. You're an educated woman. Let's have an educated conversation.
Which ayah are you talking about?
I'm talking to the doctor. Surah 86, ayah 6 and 7. So, it is talking about he is created, that's talking about man. Now let man but think from what he is created. He is created from a drop emitted, proceeding from between the backbone and the ribs. This is talking about conception, not embryosis. Your tafsir is incorrect to the text, and the Quran is wrong because sperm does not ejaculate from the backbone and the ribs, but from the testes. Go on.
Now, you're finished?
Yes.
It says, فَلْيَنْظُرِ الْإِنسَانُ مِمَّا خُلِقَ. Now, the insan, the man, must see from which thing he is made. فَلْيَنْظُرِ الْإِنسَانَ مِمَّا خُلِقَ. Okay? خُلِقَ مِنْ مَاءٍ دَافِقٍ. He is created from a water which is just like uchalna. Ma'in dafiq, like
The translation is actually here.
ma'in dafiq.
The translation is here.
You know, dafaq is
Proceeding from between the backbone and the ribs.
drop. It's
A
not
drop emitted.
Dafiq is, you know, this is the Arabic. That's why Quran is sent in the Arabic. Khuliqa min ma'in dafiq. He is created from a water which just splashes. Yeah, gush. It just gushes like this. Like when ejaculation, listen to me. Ejaculation, what happens in the ejaculation? It just gushes, okay? So, yakhruju min bayni sulbi wa tara'ib. Now, it comes from here, the sulbi wa tara'ib, the backbone and the down. So now, how that ejaculate is made, which contains sperm, how that ejaculate is made, it's all the effort, like in your testes, then from the seminal vesicles, then it goes to the penis, then from there it ejaculates. Okay, so the source is here, the testes are here, so they just go down during the embryogenesis. They just go down. In the beginning they are here in between the baina sulbi wa taraib, and then this is the pathway of coming down. That's why if you Google it, a lot of kids we have seen that we have to find out their testes. We have to find out their testes. We do scans, we do MRI. Sometimes in the passage it's lost somewhere, and sometimes it's here. We have to pull it down, we have to put it in there, because the ejaculate is made up of sperms. Sperms come from the testes. So Quran is not the superficial thing. It just goes to the origin from where that ejaculate comes.
Are you okay? Are you finished? So allow me to reply, Doctor, and thank you for engaging in a decent conversation. The point is, as you already admitted, we're talking about ejaculation. That is what's being discussed here. Man is created from a drop emitted. It's talking about if we're talking about emitted, we're not talking about transition, we're talking about ejaculation. And so when we're talking about ejaculation in the Quran, what we are talking about, the ayah 7 has to be read in the light of ayah 6. And so the Quran is saying that the ejaculation is having its source proceeding from between the backbone and the ribs. What you're trying to do is separate verse 6 from verse 7. You're trying to say verse 6 is talking about ejaculation, but verse 7 is talking about embryosis. But no, doctor, I did not interrupt you. The source of the ejaculation, as a doctor should know, comes from the testes. That is what happens in copulation. Everybody knows this. I don't even know why you're trying to dispute it. You're muddying the water with your tasfir, and your tasfir is not being fair to the text. You're trying to get the Quran out of a problem because you don't want to accept that there's a problem in the text.
You just don't want to listen.
One second. Where this is talking about, this is not talking about embryology. There are other verses.
This is talking about embryology.
Doctor, I did not interrupt you. I did not interrupt you. Calm down. I know the Quran has problems right now, but getting irate is not going to defend the Quran.
Don't say this. I don't
The Quran, you are defending the Quran.
Defends the Quran.
You are trying to defend the Quran right now. The Quran is saying it's talking about what man is created from, and it's talking about emission. Literally says emission. This is ejaculation. What you're doing is you're trying to confuse that with the process of embryosis. The process of embryosis is discussed elsewhere in the Quran, and the Quran gets that wrong as well. We're talking about ejaculation. So my question to you, doctor, is when it says emission, what is being emitted and where? That's my question to you.
Totality. It's not separate. It's not one separate ayah.
I know it isn't. You're separating it, not me.
I'm not separating it. You're separating it.
The emission. Where is the emission coming from?
You are separating it from here.
Where is the emission coming from?
Emission is coming from, first it is made in the testes, then it is just transferred to the penis, then it is
Thank you. So we are talking about ejaculation then. Thank you. So where is the emission proceeding from?
The testis is formed here.
Where is the emission proceeding from?
Even if the testes are not descending down, the ejaculate will come from that place. The source of ejaculation is here, between the backbone and the ribs.
So you're literally saying the source of a man's ejaculation is not his testes, but between the backbone and the ribs.
Testis is formed here.
But you've just admitted that emission is talking about. What are we talking about when we say emitted?
You don't want to listen. You don't want to listen.
Right, shall we do a conversation there where you don't interrupt me and I don't interrupt you?
Yeah.
Right, well, don't interrupt me then and I won't interrupt you. So now I'm going to hand the floor to you. I'm not going to interrupt you, but if you interrupt me again, I will interrupt you as I have done. So, over to you. What do you want to say?
I just want to say that the testes are formed in between the backbone and the ribs during our development. Okay, like many things which are formed somewhere else, like we have this nipple line, the whole line, the nipple line. Okay, the whole line is nipple line starting from here to here. And if this all line is not gone, in some kids we have multiple breasts. Like spleen. In some kids we have multiple spleens. Similarly, the exact location of the testes is between the backbone and the ribs. Like said here, in between the baina sulbi wa taraib, between the backbone and the ribs. Okay? During the process, within the 9 months, these testes, they are dragged down. Okay? And this happens. Sometimes it doesn't drag down. Sometimes it remains here, sometimes it stops here, sometimes it stops here. And it's a very common phenomena that in kids we call it empty scrotal sac and we just drag it down and do this. But it doesn't affect the formation of sperm initially. Sperms are formed. They are transferred through the seminal vesicles and the ejaculate is formed which consists of sperms and it comes through the penis. So the origin of the ejaculate is between the place where the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said.
Can I reply?
Yeah.
Now, please notice, Doctor, I did not interrupt you at all.
I will not.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you all heard the doctor agree that Ayah 6, when it talks about the word emitted, is indeed talking about ejaculation. That's what she admitted earlier in the conversation. It's on camera. You agree, I am sure, that we should not isolate one verse from another in the flowing of a passage. The verse 5, 6 and 7 read as follows. Now let man but think from what he is created. So all of you are to think about what are you created from. He is created from a drop emitted, which the good doctor has said is ejaculation. Verse 7, proceeding from between the backbone and the ribs. There is no way, if you read the text of the Quran honestly, that you can conclude that ejaculation is coming from the backbone and the ribs. It is coming from the testes. Now the doctor is trying to say that it is about the testes descending as the child is developing in the womb, and it's dropping down to the ball sack. But the point is, the verse is not talking about embryology. And so discussion about embryology is ignoring the verse. The verse is talking about ejaculation. And so ejaculation, we know, comes from the testes in the ball sack, not from the backbone and the ribs. And it doesn't matter how much you talk about embryology, that's not what the Quran is saying. My question to the good doctor is this one question. In Ayah 6, when it says emitted, what is it talking about? That's my question to the doctor.
3 ayahs together. The human should see from which thing he is made. Then in the continuation, the two things are said. He is made of a gushing water and which comes from in between the backbone and the ribs. So I have already shown all of you that it's the kidneys. Like the kidneys are in between the backbone. Where are the kidneys? Here? Here? We have kidney here in between the backbone and the ribs. So, what it says, in the early human development, the testes, the male gonads initially reside within the abdominal cavity. near the kidneys, here. Baina sulbi wat taraib, what Quran says. Baina sulbi wat taraib, what Quran says. Near the kidneys. Okay, then undergo a descent. Moving from the abdominal cavity through the inguinal canal, finally into the scrotum, the pouch of the skin that contains the testes. Okay, so that thing, it forms that ejaculate, which is called sperm, which then transfers to the penis through the seminal vesicles, and then it comes out. But the initial source is here, near the kidneys, in between the ribs and the backbone, which your science also says. Okay.
Right, lady, are you done? Okay, so if I was under this particular doctor and we were looking at embryology, I think I would ask for another doctor, because she is trying to tell us that your ejaculation is from your backbone and your ribs.
From your testes.
And it is from your testes, but the place where your testes are is in your ball sack, not from your backbone and your ribs. The verse is talking, and notice, did you hear her answer my question? My question was, when in the verse 6 of the surah, it talks about emission, what is it talking about? I asked her that question. It's clear it's talking about ejaculation. She's trying to say it's embryology, so if she wants to talk about embryology, let's talk about the verses in the Quran that actually talk about embryology, and see if the Quran.
If there is any doctor,
See,
he can tell you.
are you going to interrupt?
He can tell you.
Are you going to interrupt? You're a doctor. Are you a doctor?
I'm a doctor.
So are you a doctor
Yeah,
of
I'm a
embryology?
doctor. But you are just trying to molest all the things. If there is any doctor here,
You're a doctor.
I'm a doctor, but
So I'm talking to you.
Yeah, you're just trying to hide everything.
What am I hiding? What does the word what does the word emission mean?
Take the ejaculation.
What?
Ejaculation
No,
is the source.
doctor, answer this question.
Take the source of ejaculation.
Doctor,
Quran says the source of ejaculation also.
and it gets it wrong, because ejaculation does not come from the testes.
Ejaculate is made in the testes, then it transfers through
Thank
the seminal
you.
vesicles.
So it doesn't come from the backbone and the
See
ribs,
here.
does it?
You just Google it here.
Google it.
Yeah,
Google it.
Because you don't Google.
This is not how you do academic debate.
The Quran is
Madam,
telling you everything.
When it talks about emission, what is that talking about?
Emission
Is that
made
talking?
where?
Is it talking about ejaculation?
Is made where?
Is it talking
It's
about?
not made in the
Is
penis,
it
it's
talking
made in
about
the testes.
ejaculation?
Ejaculation.
Is
and
it
the source
talking?
of
Is it
ejaculation.
talking about ejaculation?
And the source of ejaculation
Is it
also.
talking about ejaculation?
Source of ejaculation
Answer the
also.
question.
Source of ejaculation.
Answer the question.
You recited two
When
ayahs.
it uses the word emission, is that
Not emission,
talking
the gush.
about ejaculation?
And the source
The
of
gush,
ejaculation.
ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, the source of
The
ejaculation.
gush is the gush ejaculation.
Source of ejaculation
Answer
also.
the question,
Source
doctor.
of, you answer my
Why?
question.
We'll
You
do
recited-
question for question.
You recited two
I will
ayahs.
answer your
You
question.
recited two ayahs. No,
You answer
didn't.
my
You
question.
didn't.
We'll do
You didn't.
question for question.
You put
I'll
two
let
ayahs.
you ask
Now
the
you
first
are just
question,
backing that. You are
and
just
then
backing out
no,
from that.
you're running away from it.
No, I'm not running away.
I'll let you
I
ask me a
showed you
question.
scientific knowledge
Like,
also.
no, you didn't show me anything.
I showed you.
No, you didn't show me
See,
anything.
I just
No, you didn't.
I
Did
just
she
did.
show it to
I
me
just
or
did.
to you? She showed you.
Everybody.
She showed you. You didn't show me.
You can see.
You didn't show
You
it.
can see.
Show it to me. Show it to me. And while she's getting it up, I want to remind you what my question is. The ayah talks about the gush,
And the source of gush
the
also.
emission.
And the source of emission
My
also.
question is not a difficult one for a learned
No.
doctor
You
of the Quran and of biology. What is the gush, the emission? Is it ejaculation, yes or no?
Ejaculation and you recited
Answer the question.
No, you recited the second.
Answer the
I
question.
recited the source of also.
Answer the
Source of
question.
ejaculation
We're
is the
trying to
testes.
do this step by step.
You started between
We
the
are
ribs
answer
and
the
you started
question.
from the ribs.
You're running
You-
away from
no,
it.
I'm
Do you
not.
want to hear the answer
I'm
to the
not.
question,
I'm
ladies
not.
and gentlemen?
I'm
Everybody would like you to hear the answer to the
I'm-
question.
yeah. The
Is
source-
the emission, or is it a reference to ejaculation?
Yeah.
Thank you.
But
Right.
the source is testes.
Right.
Which is said here.
So you're saying that every
not
man,
Quranic.
one second, You're saying that every man's ejaculation is coming from between the backbone and the ribs. That's what you're saying.
From the testes.
And where are the testes?
Testes initially are
At
here.
the point of
You see?
ejaculation.
You see?
Where are the testes at the point of ejaculation?
See.
Answer the question, doctor. Where are the testes at the point of ejaculation?
Even if the testes are undescended, the ejaculate can come to there.
Where are the testes located
You see
at the
here.
point of ejaculation?
You see.
All right.
You see.
Right. So she's using AI overview.
No, it's not only, it's just Google.
I would just ask her to Google this. Everybody Google this. Where is the source of ejaculation?
You just Google
Google
where
that.
is the testis
Where
located?
is the source of ejaculation? And we'll see what OpenAI says.
It's not here.
What is the source of ejaculation? Could someone pull that up on AI, please? What is the source? The origin of an ejaculation. Ejaculation is the expulsion of semen from the male reproductive tract, which originates from a combination of sperm, the production of the testicles, and fluids from the seminal vesicles, which are in your
Seminal
groin.
vesicles are just taking it to there.
Prostate gland
These all
and
are combination to
bulbourethral
make
glands. Right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we've established. Doctor, are you talking to me? She's running away. Don't let her run away. Send her back to me, guys. She's running away. She's running away, guys. Send her back to me. Send her back to me. Send her back to me.
If it's proved now, then what's the problem?
Right, because you haven't proved it.
It's proved now.
What have we proved?
That testes were here and now they come.
No, that was not the question. The question is, what's the origin of an ejaculation?
Origin from
And
all
the
these things.
ejaculation comes from the testes and the fluids from the vestibules.
Yeah.
Right. Those are not located between the backbone and the ribs.
Testes initially located between the
That
backbone
is
and
not
the
the
ribs.
source of an ejaculation.
This is the source of.
You have admitted that refers to an ejaculation,
You cannot
and the
do
ejaculation is said to
Their
proceed
ejaculate is made.
from the backbone
Their
and the
ejaculate
ribs.
is made.
From the backbone and the ribs.
Yeah.
From the backbone and the
Because
ribs.
ejaculate is made in the backbone and the ribs in the testes. Then it is transferred there. The ejaculation, the process comes from there.
I'm going to put the word ejaculation into the
No,
phrase.
ejaculate and ejaculation
Now,
is different.
let man but think from what he is created. He is created from a drop ejaculated, proceeding from between the backbone and the ribs. Does that sound like scientific fact or scientific error?
From where the testes are made. From where the testes are coming down. Between the backbone and the
That's
ribs.
not what the Quran is talking
The
about.
Quran is talking about.
That's not what the Quran is talking about.
It's the origin of the ejaculate, not the ejaculation.
Okay.
Ejaculate is the process of.
Let's
making
go
the
to
semen.
embryology. Let's go to embryology in the
Embryology is very
Quran.
vast. Your eyes
Let's go to embryology in the Quran.
Embryology is very vast.
Because the Quran gets embryology wrong as well.
Every organ has different embryology. Every organ has different embryology.
Doctor, would you like to stop? Or shall we continue?
No, you are not. You are just hiding the facts.
What am I hiding?
You are
I
hiding.
quoted your Quran.
I quoted.
You admitted that it was talking about ejaculation.
Ejaculate.
And verse
ejaculate.
7 says that the
It's not-
ejaculation is emitting
No.
from the backbone
It's not
and the
talking-
ribs.
It's not talking about the ejaculation. Ejaculation is the act. Ejaculate is that material. It's talking about the ejaculate, not ejaculation.
Yes, and it's saying that the ejaculated proceeds from the backbone and the ribs, but we all know that sperm is created in the testes.
Yeah.
So the Quran is wrong because
Our Quran is
sperm is not created between the backbone and the ribs.
Testes is created between the backbone and the rib where sperms are created.
Sorry?
Testes is created between the backbone and the rib.
Yes,
the
but
kidneys.
we don't
Where-
ejaculate
where the
testes
sperm-
into women.
where the sperm made.
There's no ejaculation
Testes are
of
not in the
testes
men.
into women.
Testes are not in the females.
Right. So,
Testes are not in the
but
female.
every woman is created by that which is ejaculated, the sperm. It is the sperm that every human being,
alone sperm cannot give.
every human being apart from Isa was created by egg and sperm.
No,
Isa
even the
alone
Adam was not
being an
created.
exception.
Adam was not created from the sperm.
But he wasn't created by an egg either.
Yeah.
So that's a different exception.
You said except Isa. You said except Isa.
So, since we are talking about the product that is responsible for your creation, that is ejaculated, we can't be talking about testicles, because men don't ejaculate testicles. That would be very painful indeed.
Ejaculate
We're talking about,
Ejaculate is made in
and
the
where are the testes located at that point?
in the initially between the I showed you.
No, where are the testes at the point of ejaculation? In the ball sack.
Even it's undescended, it can be ejaculated. Even it's haven't you seen the patients with a testis not present in the sac?
Right.
But they can ejaculate. They can ejaculate.
I'm not saying they can't. We're not talking about the exceptions to the rule.
What exceptions?
We're talking
Because
about the normative rule.
Every male child has in the womb testis here, then it descends
We are
down.
talking about the production and ejaculation of sperm. That's what we're talking
Sperms
about.
are made in
We
the
are
testes.
not talking, yes, and they are in the ball sack. Oh my gosh.
They are dragged there. They are dragged there during the procedure. They are dragged there. And sometimes they are not dragged there.
So since the Quran is claiming that
Quran is claiming the origin
sperm
of the testes.
is produced,
Origin of the sperms, yes.
that sperm is produced between the backbone and the ribs. That's false. And here's why. Here's why. Because in embryology, when everything that the good doctor is talking about is happening, the testes are not producing any sperm. The sperm is only produced at puberty. So in other words, the Quran cannot be talking about embryology because it's talking about the drop that is ejaculated and from where it proceeds. And in embryology, those testes are not producing sperm. Ergo, the Quran is talking about pubescent sex, and the Quran is in error. And therefore the Quran is wrong. It is not from God.
Allah's style of talking. It's Allah's style of talking.
And he's wrong.
He just asked us to ponder upon the things.
And he's wrong.
No, it's not wrong.
It's wrong.
Not wrong.
It's a flat out error.
It's not wrong. No,
It's a flat out error.
No.
Right. Since you want to talk about embryology, let's move on to embryology.
Every organ has embryology.
Let's talk about embryology.
Every organ has different thing in the embryology.
Great. We can talk about the ones that the Quran talks about.